Hey guys, Andrew here, Kilo 7 Radio X-Ray Tango.
K7RXT.
Are you still one of the ham boys that use the ham sticks? You know, you have one for 10, 12, 15, 17, 20, 40, maybe 80 if you're crazy like that. You know, and I was once in your shoes, and I still love the ham sticks. They still serve a purpose. But while you're driving, you know, you have the 15-meter ham stick on your truck, and there's a station on 20. You wouldn't be able to live with yourself if you didn't get them, right? That's where TuneMatic comes in. It's an awesome device that will automatically tune your screwdriver antenna up and down depending upon the frequency, and it stores memories. I think there's like a 10,000 storage. Don't quote me, I'm just off the top of my head, but it's a lot. So right now I'm driving and I'm on a parked screwdriver antenna. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask it to go to 15 meters and see what it does. Now the antenna is moving up. I have 21360 programmed into the radio. Now it's checking a second tune to make sure it's within limits, and I feel like it was. So now I'm resonant at that frequency just by a push of the button. How cool is that? Now, hypothetically speaking, let's say there's a POTA in Utah on 20 meters right now. So I'll go to 20 meters. Right now I'm at 14,335. The screwdriver antenna is still sitting at 15 meters. I think it was 21,360. So at a push of a button, the screwdriver antenna moves into its new operating position. And you could hear the noise go up some. It's checking its tune. It's showing a 1-to-1 SWR. And now you're ready to operate on this frequency. Now, Jim, he's the owner of TuneMatic. He didn't ask me to do a video. I've had the TuneMatic for 2 or 3 years now. It's the TuneMatic AT1, I think it's called. And I called Jim up one day. I said, you know what? I love your product. I use it every day. The only thing is, while I'm driving, I hate to fumble around looking for the keypad. The keypad has no texture to it. It's just real flat. It has lights, but it doesn't light up the symbols very well. And I'm like, I just need a button on the ICOM where I can press and it will tune from the radio. Not only does it tune from the radio, it actually tunes from your remote. You press your hand remote, you press the tune button on the hand remote, and my gosh, the screwdriver antenna gets into position. Now I just wanted to give you a demo while we're driving, but I'm gonna park here at one of the Carlsbad State Beach, of course, and I'm gonna give you a little demonstration. Like I said, I am not affiliated with TuneMatic. I've talked to Jim a handful of times just with my wants and needs and desires, but I'm not getting promoted for this. I'm simply just wanting to write a review. For one, he took my complaint seriously. He made it where I could just press the tune on the radio, and with that, he made a device for me. He sent it out. It works flawlessly, and no questions asked. Didn't ask for a return, didn't ask for any money. But what I am going to do is I'm going to write a YouTube review of this awesome product that I've been using for years. Stay tuned. All right, guys. So what I have here is the TuneMatic keypad remote. And with this, you can move the antenna up and it'll gradually go up and then it'll go into a fast speed. So initially you could do a fine tune, but then if you really want to just move bands, it'll eventually go faster. Likewise, you press the down button here. It starts off a little bit slow. You can see by the sun at the top right. Now it's accelerating to get into position. This button is when you first add the antenna to your system, you have to initialize it. It counts the pulses of the antenna. It's beyond my comprehension. Or if it gets out of whack, you can press this button and it should reinitialize and get back to where you are without deleting the memories. This button here stores your memories, so it'll save it in the ballpark of where your antenna is resonant. Now, with that said, if you go from a place with a lot of fences around you that are metal to an open area right by the sea, your SWR is going to be different spectacularly. So just keep that in mind. It's not a perfect system. It's to get you into the ballpark, and then you can readjust with these arrows as needed. This button here is the tune button. So if you go to a different frequency, say if you're on 20 meters and you want to go to 15, you'd put your ICOM to 15 meters and press this button, and it will tune you to that new frequency. Now, I've been talking to Jim, and Jim, I had complaints with the system. They were minor complaints, but just more of a lifestyle wants and needs. And I drive a lot. I basically just do ham radio outside of the truck or portable. And what I needed is something where it was kind of hands-free, because when you're here, this is real flat. There's no texture to it. It doesn't have anything to tell you where the buttons are. The lights illuminate, sure, but as you can see, it's kind of dull, especially in the day. And, you go and press the button and you actually press the initialize when you're trying to change frequencies. So I asked Jim, I'm like, can we think of a system where you could press a button on the radio? And for ICOM specifically, I don't know if he's added Yaesu or Kenwood or any other radios into the system. But now, let's say if we go to 15 meters and we could just press the tune button on the radio. And now it has tuned. The antenna is sliding down to accommodate that move. And then it'll recheck itself once it gets to the designated frequency. And it's not very good, right? Okay, so you saw there, it's not a very good frequency, right? We'll do the old whistle. So what you can do is then you do have to go down. You press the arrow to try to get into a more resonant frequency. And that went the other way. So what we're gonna do is go down. And now it's a happy frequency. As you can see here, I just went down just a little bit. It's showing a 1-to-1, 1-to-2 maybe. And that's the thing, is I think this was probably tuned inside my driveway where there's a lot of fence nearby. Right here, I'm right by the sea. So now it's gonna be a different resonant. And it's not a perfect system, like I said. It's something you have to adjust on the fly, but it gets you pretty darn close. So here, if we want to go back to our 20 meter band, we're there, right? We press the tune button, starts tuning, the antenna is moving up, and you can hear the noise level come. It's checking itself, and it's pretty darn good, right? I'll do the old whistle. I know I'm over people right now, but so it's showing about a 1-to-8, right? But it gets you into the ballpark. So then at that point, what you can do is move the arrows up and down and get it as resonant as you desire. So one thing I love to do is I like to change bands on my remote. So say if I wanted to go to 10 meters, you press the 10 meters, it got us to the CW portion, and you press the tune button on the remote. It tuned itself. The antenna is moving down into position. It thinks it's found its happy spot. It moved a smidgen. It's going to recheck, and it's not happy with it. So now it's moving down, and it's found its sweet spot. So one other thing the remote now is useful for is when you're done operating for the day and you want to protect your antenna, what you can do is press these 2 arrows, and that parks the antenna into a all the way down position. I think it moves back up a click or 2 on the pulse, and the antenna is now officially parked. So the TuneMatic uses this 4-pin adapter. It's a Molex of sorts. It's not the best waterproof, so just keep that in mind. One other thing versus, say, the ATOS 120 that the Yaesu has is you do have to have that additional wire. Now, with this antenna, I can do 500 watts. I think it's rated up to 500 watts. And the Tarheel I'm using is the Tarheel Designs, because there's 2 different Tarheels out there, and I don't know what's what, but I love this Tarheel Designs. They made a great antenna. It is outdoors all the time. I don't park in the garage. It's withheld very well. So back to the Yaesu 120. I like the Yaesu 120. I have one. The problem is you're limited to the 100 watts. Typically never a big issue, but I have an amp. I have an ALS 500, so I like the extra wattage. Now, your RF will vary quite a bit, but take it with a grain of salt too, you know? And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like my channel. I'm gonna be doing more videos of these, so I'd like to keep you guys informed. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I wasn't asked to make this video. I'm doing it just because I really truly believe in the TuneMatic system, but also the Tarheel Designs system. If you're tired of using ham sticks, if you're tired of having to do the quick disconnect and man, I want to go back to 20 meters and then you have the 15 ham stick up. I know, it's a burden. I've been there before. It's it's not fun. But with this system, you could go on the fly, you know, and it's not perfect, but it's pretty darn accurate, you know? So you have to make little minor adjustments. It's just because you're in a different RF environment. So if you like these videos, if you like what I'm doing, please hit subscribe, like the video, leave a comment if you have a question about the TuneMatic. I'm gonna be sending this to Jim, and I'm gonna have him put on his website. If it helps you guys, I hope it does, because Jim's been so helpful to me. So if I could relay his message and get you guys interested in using the TuneMatic or even the Tarheel Design, it's my pleasure. You guys, thank you so much for watching. This is K7RXT, deep.